Hey guys, so it has been a hot minute since I've uploaded anything. Apologies, life's been busy. It tends to just kick you when you're down, but things are okay now. I'm back to hopefully a more standard upload schedule. I'm gonna shoot for once a week, so this should be the first video in that kind of once a week thing. We'll see if I can maintain that, but yeah, things have been busy. Thanks for sticking around. Anyway, this video I've wanted to make for a while. It seems I'm actually at the point now where I can do it. So essentially what I want to talk about here is the theater room in general and some few things that irked me, and the main thing being the center channel. Basically, the center channel and TV are not really ideal in where I want them. And the original plan, if you followed my build series, was to mount the TV on the wall behind the camera, actually. So moving on to where the TV and components are going to go. In an ideal world, I guess you'd want the TV kind of where the windows are, but I'm not really a fan of this area. I want to wall mount the TV. So that's kind of out of the question here. So I decided that behind me here is where the TV will go. I remember thinking that, you know what, I want to get the TV, the display, off of the stand so I could put the center channel on the stand. And the reason for that is the center channel is inside of the entertainment stand. That is awful for most speakers. Basically, you're really limiting the potential of that speaker, and the center channel speaker in particular is arguably the most important speaker in the entire system. It's where 80 to 90% of all sound comes out of. It anchors everything happening on the screen to the screen. By putting it down there inside of a little hole, cubby hole, whatever, bookshelf, what you end up doing is having issues with resonance. There are some things you could do to mitigate that. Like in here, I have like some blankets and some stuff behind the center channel. And so that kind of helps stop any sound that's kind of emanating from behind it to kind of stop right there instead of, you know, hitting the wood from the cabinet, which actually this is more like particle board. So it's not really even wood, but it has a finish on it that is super reflective. And so that actually can be detrimental to your sound. By basically shoving it in there, you're not really doing yourself any favors. Another issue with the center channel that I have right now is it's too low. This poses a few problems. So what you normally want to try to do is match as close as you can the tweeter height of your center channel to your front left and right speakers. And by doing that, you'll get that smooth transition from the front left to center to front right. That's not really happening here because the center channel is literally a foot, tweeter height wise, a foot lower than the front left and right. Not ideal. So the other issue with it being down low is the Valencia theater seats have kind of bulky feet rests, and also whenever I'm reclined, my feet, I have to be careful because my feet will end up blocking the sound coming out of the center channel along with the footrest on the Valencias. So kind of sucks. What I want to do is get that center channel out, and my original plan was to put the center channel on top of the entertainment stand. It will bring it closer in tweeter height to the heights of the front left and right speakers. Now my front left and rights are on speaker risers that I may end up taking off because they add about 3 to 4 inches. I want to try to get those tweeters as close as possible. So in order to do that, in order to get the center channel out from the entertainment stand and on top, I needed a place to put the TV. Now, obviously I can't wall mount it. There's a big arch window behind the curtains behind me. I'm not gonna block that in or anything. I ended up getting a floor stand for the TV. And I really feel like these stands are intended for people that maybe live in an apartment or in a situation where they don't really want to put holes in the wall. They don't want to wall mount the TV either because they're scared of messing it up. They don't want to hire someone to do it. They don't have the money. They don't have the time, you know, whatever. This is kind of a solution for that. It is height adjustable. So it will allow me to bring the TV stand. I don't know how far I'm going to bring it up. I really want to kind of leave a little space for bigger center channels. That's the other thing. I am not able to swap out the center channel currently where it is in the entertainment stand. And that's been an issue as a product reviewer on YouTube, as you can imagine. I have actually turned down multiple speaker review opportunities for like a 5.1 system because I can't review a center channel speaker. Also, the TV is currently about a foot and a half from the curtain there. So what that will allow me to do is push the TV all the way to kind of the front wall here, like as close to the curtain as possible, which will also allow me to push the entertainment stand as close to that TV stand as possible. What that will do is actually open up a little bit of space in here. You guys have been waiting for my manual calibration videos, my updated mini DSP video, my full manual calibration. But the problem is filming in here has always been an issue. It's just too small. Like if you imagine a massive tripod in here with a camera, lights. I mean, I'm lit right now pretty minimally. I have a light here, couple like small lights down here, and I'm actually using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 to record this video. It's like the camera's like literally this big. It's super compact and tiny. Video quality is amazing. So in doing that though, I will actually have a bit more space here out in the open for setting things up and recording tutorials. It's always been an issue because I get everything set up in here and I literally can't leave the room, or I have to climb over things to get out of the room. First world problems, I know, but it is what it is. And finally though, with all of these things that I'm doing should help alleviate that. I've actually ordered the TV stand. It should be here tomorrow. And so that's why I'm not really, I just want to get a video out letting you know kind of what I'm doing. I always try to take a realistic DIY cheap approach to everything I do. It's kind of how I have been my whole life. Maybe growing up poor had something to do with that, I don't know. But I always try to just get the most out of what I can, and I try to spend as little as possible on things to get the most benefit out of them. And I feel like getting the $100, $120 TV stand will actually provide many, many benefits in this room that far exceed that $100, $120. I haven't really thought about replacing speakers because I haven't really been able to do anything with that center channel. You know, I'm kind of maxed out with the Pioneer Andrew Jones in terms of size in that little hole down there. So getting a bigger center channel just was not an option, but now it will be. I will be able to gain about a foot in terms of overall space in the front room here, which is great, which will also allow me to do one thing that I didn't talk about that I will briefly talk about is when I measured everything originally, put the entertainment stand, in the center of the room, thought I had it centered, and guess what? It's about 1.5 inches off center, which has bothered me since day one. Now, in order to fix that, guess what? I have to take the TV off, take everything out, or as much as possible to kind of make it as light as possible to move around, but I haven't done that. But what that does is it creates an issue because a bigger subwoofer like the PB4000s that I have in the front here, the left side has more than enough room to be pushed all the way up as far to the corner as possible. I am running 4 subs, so trying to get that, you know, get a little bit more floor space on the sides would be great. On the left side, totally doable. On the right side, I'm just at this point where it's like, I don't have enough room. It's like right here on top of each other. And so fixing that will allow me to push the subs up just, I mean, we're talking about, you know, 5-6 inches maybe. And that is honestly just gonna bring 5 to 6 more inches of space out here, which will allow easier time filming, moving around, things like that. Now, I didn't talk about other positives from this, which is getting the receiver out from the little cubby hole that it's in now. I'll have much more space on top of the entertainment stand, which means getting separate amplification is now finally a reality. It's not been a reality for a while because I just have no place to put the amps in the room. I could get a rack and mount it in the rear, but then I have to worry about wiring and all that stuff. Really just right now want to keep things up front. That's just my personal preference. So that will allow me the ability to go separate finally, which is super exciting. Never experienced separates in my home theater before, and I'm stoked to kind of hear that. I have some kind of things lined up with a couple brands maybe that will allow me to review some separate amplifiers. So the other thing that kind of opens up is the ability to possibly mount a projector screen on the drop ceiling, have it come down in front of the entire front soundstage. That's kind of like my goal. I don't know, get like a crazy IMAX screen size. I don't know. The room is small, so I really need to look at how feasible that is, how big of a screen size I can go. But it would be super cool for movies, some games, things like that, some TV shows, to have just a massive projector screen come down, acoustically transparent, of course, come down, kind of block most of the front soundstage here up until like, you know, the top of the entertainment stand or something. Have a massive 4K projected image and just, you know, basically make it kind of like an IMAX in this room, because I mean, I love the TV, don't get me wrong, but there's something about that immersion for movies. Games, I have a real hard time with motion sickness, and a lot of projectors, the more affordable ones anyway, don't really do a good job of 4K 120 support, which I predominantly game on PC these days, so that's something that I really need. Over the next few days, I'm going to be basically doing all of what I just talked about, and I'm going to be filming the entire thing, bringing you along, so look for that video. Hopefully I'll have it out next weekend. That's what I'm kind of shooting for. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you're looking forward to the new video, looking forward to the tutorials. They are coming, I promise. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around here. It's been a while, and I know, and I'm finally getting back to shooting on a more regular basis. And I'm just excited about 2024 going forward and all the possibilities that will open up. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.